Hey guys, it's Jade, back with another video, and today, as you can see, we are in our little storytelling world, and today, we're going to be looking at Siren Head. Alright guys, to get started, we're just going to look at the appearance of Siren Head, and I have the official Trevor Henderson Wikipedia. I know, it's Wikipedia, but I mean, it's probably going to be the most accurate we can find. So, Siren Head is known for his tall stature, and he stands, get this, 40 feet tall. So I would be terrified if I seen a freaking pole with speakers and teeth that was going to eat me, and he's 40 feet tall. I would be absolutely terrified. Okay, and he's obviously got his sirens that are on the top of his head. He's very hostile, and he hunts people as though they're prey. And he likes to hang around like small rural towns and wooden areas. Are you freaking kidding me, you stupid rain? Sorry about that interruption, guys. Anyways, as I was saying, he mostly hangs around small rural towns and wooded areas with large forests. And the first sighting occurred in 1966 when a family was on vacation in the Arizona desert, and they captured an image of Siren Head. However, it is implied heavily that Siren Head has been around since the beginning of mankind, as he appears in cave paintings. His limbs are disproportionately long and very thin compared to his body, and his fingers are really bony, and his neck is like a little tiny little thin pole of flesh, and obviously it mentions the sirens again, and they face in opposite directions. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. And he's got several little black wires like snaking around his body. And let's see. The speakers are fused to his neck by tendrils of skin, and they are capable of swiveling around. Ew! It says much like the head of an owl. That's disgusting. A lot of images depict Siren Head speakers with large teeth. That's weird. And he doesn't have lips or jaws. And he has a long, retractable, thin, snake-like tongue. And that's disgusting. Oh, and Trevor Henderson says that the teeth are only visible on a certain radio frequency. It's interesting. Some photographers depict Siren Head as having multiple sirens, and some of them depict him with a street lamp on top of his head. Never seen that. Both of these imply that Siren Head has the ability to change his appearance to blend in with his surroundings. And Siren Head is obviously not a being of our reality. He's very different than us, and he's not limited by the laws of nature. Like, nature doesn't apply to him. He can do whatever the freaky he wants. He's constantly changing and evolving, and he appears different in every victim's point of view. Like, every person that tells stories of Siren Head has different depictions of him. Which would probably be because he changes his appearance and he evolves. There's lots of theories about him, and it's not known to how he came about and to how his sirens developed, because he had sirens on his head in cave painting times. And guys, I had to fix something. What was I saying? They don't know how his sirens came about because of when he originated, and he originated in like the times when they were making like little cave paintings on the wall, so they didn't have sirens back then. So how the frick did he get them sirens on his head? The static is a form of an unfathomable supernatural enemy, according to Trevor Henderson. And despite Siren Head's lack of eyes, he can still see, and that's how he snatches you up off the ground and eats you. And he also has the ability to manipulate technology by playing sounds through other devices, which is exactly how he manipulates radio frequencies and creates static on radios. He spends a lot of time standing still, but he has the ability to move extremely fast, which is probably because he has 20-foot long freaking legs, just like his weird arms. He uses weapons, weapons such as arrows and spears do not work on Siren Head. I mean, it's kinda, I can't really see how a spear is gonna do much for you with a giant pole. And despite the teeth in his speakers, Siren Head does not eat people. This means that he may not be a predator, actually, in the traditional sense. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. Alright, guys. Next, we're going to move on to sightings. The first sighting. Alright, so, as I said, the first sighting was in 1966, when the family was on vacation in the Arizona desert. 20 years later, on July 16th, 1995, a group of friends were hiking in the woods of Tanyard Creek, where they found Siren Head to be lurking. According to the group, some of the friends got snatched by something gigantic, striding through the trees that mimicked their voices. This one friend named Chad was found alive with a few injuries, while the rest of his friends were gone, either taken or killed by Siren Head. In total, there have been 13 reports of Siren Head, and all of the stories were released by the victims of Siren Head. The most popular photo of Siren Head is the one where he's in Indiana, when citizens started disappearing. Although these incidents are not the first depictions of Siren Head, ancient rock paintings of Siren Head have been found all over the continent of North America, which indicates that Siren Head is not a new species or creature on Earth. There have also been sightings of creatures that resemble Siren Head but lack similar features, like the one Lighthead guy. For example, a photo of Siren Head was released where it appeared that he had a streetlight on his head. He was trying to blend in with the streetlights on the road by standing still. It is very possible that Siren Head has the ability to transform into various urban structures in order to resemble and lure in his victims. However, there are theories that Siren Head is actually a hostile creature, and that there used to be a lot of creatures similar to Siren Head, which are now deceased, and Siren Head is the last remaining member of his species. But this is not confirmed by Trevor Henderson. Another possible sighting of Siren Head, which is noticeably very different than the other sightings. This picture appears to show a variation of Siren Head with many more sirens on his neck, with about 5 being visible. The caption also describes how a majority of the population of either a neighborhood or a small town were found dead in their homes on the streets. Next, we're going to look at behavior and origins. Alright. Siren Head is very hostile and dangerous, and he is known to be very fast and always camouflaged and hidden. Siren Head is, like I said, mainly found in rural towns, wooded areas, and sometimes in dry forests. The victims of Siren Head are lost travelers, hikers, and sometimes even children. If the sounds of someone in distress are released, it can be a method of Siren Head trying to lure victims into his grasp. Since Siren Head can blend in very well with trees and light posts, people don't notice him. Siren Head can make his brutal attack at any time and capture his victims, while the sound of their loved ones talking are being played from Siren Head sirens. Trevor recently posted a drawing of Siren Head with another concept of his anatomy. Are you serious? Okay. Trevor stated that he liked the idea of Siren Head's body being stuffed full of loose cassette tapes and giant pulsing reel-to-reel tape recorders connected by organic fibers and veins. It is possible that these tapes store various noises that Siren Head broadcasts, however, that has not been confirmed, but I like that idea. That sounds really cool. Trevor also says that Siren Head consistently changes over the years and that his appearance is incomprehensible to humans. Like, our eyes can't fully understand what he looks like. Siren Head has tech that resembles the late 90s and early 2000s, but he had that tech in ancient times, so how did he get that is a big question. But Trevor says that what we are seeing currently could be his most recent form. He could have had a different form back in the times of the cave paintings. Or maybe our eyes just show us the closest approximation to what's actually there and what fits the time period. And this could also mean that Siren Head changes himself depending on the area he's in, so that he can blend in more easily. What we could be seeing is not his real form, but the closest thing that the humans of that time can associate with it. Next is hunting tactics. Siren Head hunts silently, and one of his hunting tactics is throwing shingles into the air. And he likes to blend into the environment with the player, so that when he throws those shingles, when the player looks, it's comparing this to a game. So when the player looks in that direction, they won't see him because he's blending in. Siren Head doesn't always kill. Sometimes he just likes to torture. A lot of theories include that he eats them, although that was disproved by Trevor Henderson. Siren Head is not above fooling people with their friends' voices, and he uses their voices to lure them in. One sighting suggests that Siren Head blocks out the screams of its devoured victims with other sounds in order to prevent anyone from coming to the victim's aid. While weapons are not known to work on Siren Head, his need to conceal his attacks and generally illegal behavior, I guess, imply that there may be some other ways of harming it that we haven't really found out yet. Alternatively, he could also be doing this to ensure a successful hunt by confusing and disorienting the prey. Or it might just simply be cruelty. We don't know. Siren Head mainly uses an ambush strategy while hunting. He disguises himself in deep forest or rural areas before attacking his prey. And he mostly uses sounds, and he can mimic other sounds like music, talking, alerts, sirens, etc. to lure in prey or drown out somebody else's cry. Cry for help, sorry. It's also possible that Siren Head can concentrate its sounds into a large sonic blast. I did not know that. To take out a large group of people. It is unknown what Siren Head does to its caught prey, whether it be eating them or making them disappear without a trace. We don't know. When directly seen by an opponent, however, it will rush at them, seemingly to be enraged or in a state of bloodlust, and if it's hungry enough, it will use every possible tactic to get its prey. It has brown mummified skin matching the pattern of rusty metal or tree bark, which he uses for camouflage, and he's also very fast while only on 2 feet. His assumed maximum speed is 24.3 miles per hour, while on all fours. That sounds creepy. He could go up to a speed of 258.2 miles per hour, making him faster than the average car. That's terrifying. Some people believe that Siren Head uses echolocation like bats to get around in the dark. Because, he doesn't have eyes, so he's got to have some way of seeing. Next is his powers and abilities. Technesis. He can mimic voices, and he can pump out sounds like strange music, conversations, shouting, numbers, whenever he wants to use in the moment. He has heightened strength. He's extremely powerful due to his size, and he can break down heavy trees, or heavy objects and tall trees at will. He can evade tracking, and he can blend in the forests or behind a tree, next to a lamppost. He has enhanced speed, as we heard that he can run 250 miles per hour on all fours. He can keep up with speeding cars easily, and he's incredibly agile. He has the powers of transformation, as it appears that he is a shapeshifter, being able to transform his head into functioning sirens and streetlights. He's a master of disguise, and he is able to be mistaken for trees, or light posts, telephone poles, whatever. He can adapt extremely well, and he can survive in different situations to blend in with new environments. And he has the ability to corrupt. And he can use his sirens to morph humans into mummified corpses. Ew. Next is history. Past. Siren Head was first introduced into the world in 2018, when Trevor Henderson created him and posted him on Tumblr and Twitter. On October 31st, 2018, a group of game developers released a game about Siren Head. On December 7th, 2019, another developer created another Siren Head game. He's also been introduced into the SCP Foundation, and he became an SCP of his own. But then this was declined by the Foundation, and they stated that Siren Head is not an SCP, and any implication that Siren Head is false. In pop culture, on April 30th, 2020, a film creator created a little video of Siren Head moving around in a background. While at the same time police and gunfires can be heard. This video got over 20 million views in the first week that it was uploaded. And the original background sound got replaced by numerous different songs and audio clips, making it seem like Siren Head is blasting music from his horns. Another good example is the video Siren Head Gangnam Style, where Siren Head is seen dancing and playing the infamous song on his speakers. Oh my god. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoyed learning about Siren Head with me, because I didn't even know some of this stuff. Like, I didn't know he could run over 250 miles per hour when he's on all fours. That's terrifying. Bro, I just can't. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.